Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Eric Marushjak, your friendly neighborhood artist, illustrator, and chalk artist. And I'm here today because I've been asked to do something a little unique. I've never done this before, but because I am kind of known for doing chalk art, yeah, I got a little experience. I was contacted by someone who follows my YouTube channel. So the product I'm going to actually review here on my first ever product review is Chalkola chalk markers. Now, these are set up for much more of a craft use. Now, as most of you guys know, I'm mostly use chalk pastels and the much more powdery based chalk. And these are very, very different. As you'll see here, I don't know if you can read this. I'll get it a little closer. Let's see if it will focus. They are wet wipe. Yes, that's right. They are liquid chalk markers. And I tried them out. I have had them now for quite a while, and it took me a while to get to actually trying them. But I used them on a chalkboard. And that's mostly what these are geared for. These are not the type of chalk that you're going to use like I do at a street festival. They're not made to do necessarily the giant chalk illustrations that I do at public appearances. These are much more geared towards a craft set. You could do the wedding boards you've seen people do for seating arrangements or for messages from the bride and groom that you'll see standing outside receptions. They'd be wonderful for wedding boards. They'd be wonderful for crafting projects at home. A lot of times storage totes or containers now come with chalkboards attached to the front, and these would be great for writing on them because the chalk goes on from these markers wet but dries in about 2 minutes. And it dries really solid. You can run your hand over it. You can not put a ton of pressure, but as long as you're not bearing down on it, the chalk's not going to come up from the piece. It dries really solid. The other thing I really liked about these is that the colors are wicked vibrant. Even using chalk pastels with really nice pigments, I have trouble sometimes getting the colors to really pop. Chalk loves to fade, it loves to kind of blend and get muddy. So the great thing about these is the moment you lay a stroke down onto the chalkboard, they are really bright. Even white will hold up really well. So to use them, they're almost like a spray can. They got a little ball inside, and you have to shake that for about 30 seconds, which will allow you to mix up the material that's inside. They're also fun because they're kind of like castanets. You get the idea. But what you do is you will use those. You'll shake them for about 30 seconds, and then you have to depress the tip of the chalk marker for a good minute or two. Sometimes it can take up to 2 minutes to really have the chalk liquid saturate the sponge tip of the pen. And you'll see it happening. When you first open them, all the pens have this kind of pale yellow tip, and then as you depress them, you'll see the bright pigment just soak down into them. And then once that's fully saturated the tip, you're ready to go. Draw away. It has a flow like an ink pen. It's amazing. And you can do fine words and fine detail. Unlike chalk pastels, you can't really mix with them. You don't want to necessarily blend two colors together. And I didn't play with them enough. I'm sure there's much more that could be done with these than I did in my little bit of time I used them. But from what I used them, I didn't want to blend the colors too much because the colors would soak into the tips. So I would just use two colors really close to each other. But you can get sets of these that come in a lot of colors, and you can get quite a range of colors, and then you could create all sorts of illustrations and imagery and stuff like that. So I thought they were really neat. All you do is you go to Amazon.com, they have a page there, and you look up Chalkola chalk markers, Chalkola, and you'll find a whole bunch of them in there from Chalkola. Prices are pretty reasonable. The markers look like they're going to last for a long time. I've used them for a number of projects, both at home practicing with them, and I've actually gone to a couple craft fairs and things with my wife where she sells things, and I've had to make like menu boards and message boards for her advertising what she was doing there. A number of people would come up and would take a look at the board and be like, that's really cool, that's fantastic, it's so bright and cool, how'd you get that? So it's definitely very useful in those kind of situations for advertising and for getting attention in those kind of public venues. And again, great for teachers, great for students, great for kids, and really good for crafters. So if you're looking to do any of those things and you want a chalk that's going to be semi-permanent, because once it dries, it isn't going anywhere. But washable and wipeable. All you need to do is wet a damp cloth, wipe away on the board, everything goes away, you're ready to go and recolor. Then you definitely want to look into these. So I don't really have a rating system, seeing as how this is the first time I've done a review video. So we're just going to say today I give out of I give Chalkola chalk markers 4 out of 5 Erics. That's all I got. And I think that the only reason I took one away is because they aren't necessarily made for what I do in terms of large scale pastel blending, but for what they do, they're excellent. For crafting, teachers, all the stuff I've mentioned before, they're really spot on. So check them out, Chalkola chalk markers. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more product reviews, let me know. I'd be happy to do more of these. They're kind of fun. So thanks, and I will talk to you soon. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. And now, you can click that button and you can subscribe. That way you'll see all my videos when they come out and you'll be notified. Or you can click some of these links I got over here. These are cool links to various videos I've done, chalk art of anime and comic books and video games. That's kind of my thing. Down here in the corner you can see some social media icons. Those are in the description of the video. I've got links directly to my social media. So find me there or watch the videos or please subscribe or do something. But I hope you liked what you saw. Thanks.